In today's video, we are going to cover why you should understand the chemistry of food. Your greatest advantage is owning your product formulation and manufacturing. This allows you to innovate faster and smarter towards what your consumers want. To be successful in owning your manufacturing and product formulation, you first need to understand how food works. No, you don't need to become a food scientist, but yes, you do need to understand the basic chemistry of food. And what's more delicious than that? At its core, all food is chemistry. From the water we drink to the snacks we eat, all food is a series of chemical reactions between molecular compounds. There are 4 key building blocks of food that make up 97% of most foods: water, carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids, or fats. The key principles of chemistry dictate how these building blocks interact. This ultimately affects the quality and safety of your product. You are better equipped to make decisions about formulating your product when you understand the processes underlying the formulation of your food. Let's walk through an example of Mac and Cheese Co. to better understand the importance of chemistry in product formulation. Mac and Cheese Co. is developing a new recipe for their frozen mac and cheese. They've noticed that during every production run, the product comes out thin and watery. Mac and Cheese Co. was initially surprised. This is not how the mac and cheese used to be when they made it at home. Without much thought, they decide to add more cheese to their formulation, assuming that this will thicken the product back to how they want it to be. After adding more cheese, Mac and Cheese Co. realizes that the mac is slightly thicker, but they are disappointed to discover that the flavor is off, and even worse, the mac is no longer freezing. They are stumped. Why is the mac not freezing? How can they possibly resolve the watery mac problem they were facing earlier? This is when Mac and Cheese Co. decided to turn to chemistry. After doing some research, they realized that a starch would have been more effective thickener without affecting the flavor. They also realized that the addition of more fat from the extra addition of cheese was preventing their product from freezing. Fat, it turns out, is much harder to freeze. After completing their research, Mac and Cheese Co. decides to use tapioca starch as a thickening agent. This produces a product that tastes as delicious as the original and freezes better. After this experience, Mac and Cheese Co. realized the importance of understanding the basics of food chemistry. Had they understood the role of starches and fats in food from the beginning, they would have saved a lot of time and money developing their product. The key takeaways from today's video are: owning your manufacturing and product formulation is your greatest advantage. To be successful in owning your manufacturing and product formulation, you first need to understand how food works. The key principles of chemistry dictate how the building blocks of food interact.